All right. All right. Give me some I want to personally thank all of you for coming out. Really excited about what we have to offer for you guys. And it's on the topic of resilience. We all know resilience. Resiliency is the action or the ability to bounce back quickly from obstacles, right? In theory, that sounds kind of simple, but we face resiliency every single day, and we aren't able to bounce back as quickly as we may think or want. But without further ado, I'm going to bring up my guy. JD is going to give us a quick message about resiliency. JD, the floor is yours.
I'm JD, also go by Quan. Mom on the side of the family called me Quan, dad's side of the family called me JD. I actually took a poll on what name I should actually go by, and everybody gave me the third option, which was handsome. So. It was good. While I'm here today, I didn't get paid. In fact, I didn't even get asked. I volunteered, maybe paid. I think I forced myself. You guys onto the subject. But I forced myself because I like doing things uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable. There's always this fear about talking and speaking in front of people. And they actually got some really cool tricks to get over that. And I didn't want to picture everybody naked, so that was just not what I was going with. I just hopped up here and did it. But resilience. To me, resilience, not letting your circumstances define you, right? Or get in the way of the vision or the goal. If that sounds familiar, I stole it from Nick Saban, where was I? It's true, it's a true statement. Don't let your circumstances define you, get in the way of your vision and goal. I think about resilience, I brought a rose. I heard this really cool quote, and I think some of you may have heard this said before. A rose, it never complains about living amongst thorns, yet it blossoms every day. This is where I do that really dramatic thing, I repeat the quote. It never complains about living amongst thorns, but yet it blossoms every day. A rose. Fun fact, I grew up on my mom's side with no uncles. Aunties, she has 3 sisters, so it's like 4 women in my life. I learned a lot about them individually that I carry with me today. Yet, I still don't understand women. That's another talk for the men's workshop. But I have one auntie, her birthday was a couple of days ago, and she passed away a few years back, actually. And she passed away because she had arthritis, which at the time, our family didn't know how severe it was. We didn't even know if death was an option, right? And she was actually the first one to graduate my family from high school. Crazy talking about being that eyes. She had arthritis all through high school. She couldn't walk. She had to have hip replacements. I remember going through her graduation, and at the end, they all take off running with their 30 hats, and she ran with the crowd. And I remember thinking I was young, I was like, man, if she's running away from this school, I probably don't want to go here. But it was an amazing accomplishment, right? Someone who couldn't walk through the hallways, couldn't carry a backpack, first one in the family to graduate high school. Then she goes over to college. I remember standing with her, and some nights she couldn't open her medicine. I had to get up in the middle of the night, help her with her medicine, help her with certain things. She didn't have a car. She used to walk a couple of miles to college. You're talking about a person who couldn't walk to the bathroom. Resilience, not letting your circumstances define you. The rose, live amongst thorns, never complains. That was birthed into the situation, right? Grew into the situation that blossoms every day. That's my answer. She passed away. I don't know where she would have been if she was still alive. We would probably be working for her. We call her boss lady. She was like that, right? I'm going to give it over to Drake. That's all I wanted to say. Resilience, think about the rose. Don't let your circumstance define you. You hit that adversity when you go through certain things you cannot control. Remember, you got to continue to go, continue to grow, continue to blossom.
Bro, that was a great story. And I like the quote about the rose. And That's a fire story.
You can keep that.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. That's for me. All right, so resiliency. So we're about to get into a little bit of what is resilience, right? What are some of the key components? But I want to start with this. When it comes to the things that you have determined are for you, when you give up on those goals, you automatically are telling the world that it's impossible. You're telling yourself that it's impossible. If you quit, you're telling everybody you told the goal to, everybody that's watching you, and yes, people are watching you. They're watching you. Doesn't matter who you are. People are watching my dad, they're watching my granddad. I hear about my granddad from people all the time. Like, oh, I met your granddad. I was like, okay. How long did you talk to him? People are always watching, man. There's cameras everywhere. I mean, you know, like, you see it every day. People are watching, but what we don't think about really is what I'm actually chasing. Is it actually impossible, or did I just give up? Did I just quit? Right? Sometimes we don't even give ourselves time enough. Like, if you had one goal, and even if it took you the rest of your life to accomplish it, you accomplished it the day before you died. You accomplished that goal, right? You didn't quit. That's resiliency. Like, we have to put more emphasis on the time frame that we put on our goals versus the goal. We're not going to get to 100 million in a day. It's impossible. That's impossible. Unless you're Alex Mosey and you just about to sign offers. You just sign a contract and you got money for it, right? But if you put 10 years on that 100 million, that's 100 million a year. You can break that down, right? That's a realistic time frame. When we talk about SMART goals. Like, they got to be specific, they got to have the right timeline, they got to be measurable, attainable, right? KJ, she's running my slide right there, so y'all turn around and look at it straight. All right, so I don't know if you guys know this, or I want you to do some research when you get one. YouTube clip, X-Men. Everybody knows the X-Men, right?
Yes.
Y'all know who the Juggernaut is?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So the scene where, this is the old school X-Men, not the new stuff. So, this is back when they had the girl that run through walls. I want to say her name was Kate. So she could run through walls. So they send Juggernaut in there to get this kid that's supposed to have in his blood a cure, to cure all mutants from the world. Right? So they send the Juggernaut in there, they send Kate in there. Like, Kate, you gotta get to it before the Juggernaut does. Alright, so they race her. Katie's in front of the Juggernaut. So she's running, she's looking behind her. The Juggernaut just, running through walls, just, I mean, he headbutting the whole wall falling down. And then, all of a sudden, she grabs him, sinks him down into the floor, like, to his, like, shoulders. And he's stuck, he's like, you can't stop me. I'm the Juggernaut. Jumps up out the floor and get back to running, right? I thought about that and I was like, the Juggernaut cannot be stopped. He cannot be stopped. The only thing that stops him in that scene is when he runs into the room with the kid and he runs and knocks himself out on the wall. Because powers do not work in this room. He was the only one that could stop him. The only one. That's what's in us. Whatever you have, whatever you want to do, the only person that can stop you is you. Like, that's the beautiful thing about resilience. It's really not a secret to it. Like, it's nothing that I can give you today. Just have a seat, just wherever. I think you're friends with Kylie, yeah?
Sorry, what?
You're friends with Kylie?
KJ.
KJ, yeah. I think you were talking to the other KJ right here. It's no trick to resilience. It's if questions you can ask them, one question, is it possible? Every time you feel like giving up, ask yourself, is it possible? Is it possible? 100% of the time that question is going to be yes. That's the biggest thing. Like, it's no secret, it's no trick. The people that succeed, the people that are successful, they just didn't give up. Y'all seen the picture of started Apple, started Tesla, started Amazon, where they at in the garage. Elon Musk sitting on sofas at Twitter, I don't know why. You know, he got money for a house, he go get Airbnb. Like, it's not that deep, bro. But at the same time, they understood, okay, this is my current circumstance, but this does not define my future. Yeah, it's hard right now, but if I keep pushing, I'm gonna get there eventually. You gotta look at it like that. Like eventually, the goal I set out, I'm gonna get there eventually. I'm not there yet, and that's fine. You gotta have enough self-awareness in that current moment to think to yourself, is it possible? That's the question. Is it possible? Is it possible? Yes? All right, we keep pushing. We're going to go through building a framework in our minds. We're going to go through a little resilience exercise. We saw the codes outside. It's a little obstacle course action going on. Don't be looking at there trying to cheat, get your plan ready. I don't even know what we're doing. Overcoming adversity. Again, one step at a time, we got to take it. Bob Parker says, what you think about, you bring about. What you think about, you bring about. So if I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get there one day. That thought and you are closing in every single day. So you constantly thinking about your goals, you constantly thinking, is it possible? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. Every time you answer that question, every time you jump over an obstacle, run through an obstacle, right? You get one step closer. That 1% every day, people talk about that, but how many people actually do that? I think we think that 1% is like 500,000 in a day. It's not that. It's that one phone call. It's that one tweet, that one DM we send, that one post, that one song. It's that one shot. It's that one layup, that one dunk. It's that one patient. It's that one client. It's that one book. It's that one sermon. That's all it is, just one. Just one of those things that you do. Just one of those things. We put too much hype, too much growth on it. It's one thing. Just one. Alright, that's all, please. Y'all like the flow right now? I'm in the zone right now. Alright, so here we go. 3 questions real quick, or 3 points rather. So, after you answer the question, is it possible? The next thing you need to know is that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. If you have anything worth accomplishing, it is not at all going to be easy. And you need to understand that. And that's not to deter you from doing it. It's just to have the right mindset that what I'm trying to do ain't going to be no straight line. Like GPS is one of my 3rd points. Did the GPS take you from where you was in a straight line to get here? Absolutely not. I know y'all ain't come in a straight line. I ran down this road on a dirt bike and everything. It's curves all in that road. There's no straight lines in life. No matter what you're trying to do. Right? So you gotta have a mindset it's not gonna be easy. Alright. Next thing. I want you to make a promise to yourself today. I want you to make a promise to yourself and say, I'm not gonna give up no matter how hard it is. No matter how hard it is. It's going to be hard. I just told you in the first one, it's going to be hard regardless. It's going to be hard regardless. So you need to make up in your mind right now, the promise is, I'm not going to give up no matter how hard it takes. No matter how hard it gets, right? All right, 3rd thing. Like I was talking about the GPS. Has the GPS ever stopped you from getting to your destination? Yes. I was late. Huh? I said I was late. You was late. But you got here. I got here. Right? GPS does not stop us from getting to our destination, right? You type in the coordinates, it says, all right, this is how you got to get here. It doesn't say, nah, you can't go there. It's traffic all the way back. No, bro, you couldn't be. It don't stop. It don't tell you can't get there. What's the difference in the GPS and what we doing? What we trying to do? I made a promise to myself I was going to speak. What I'm doing? Speaking. I just spoke to some kids at Pleasant Grove Elementary School a couple weeks ago. I got in there like, oh yeah, I got my whole speech. I'm about to rock it. I'm about to go crazy. Speech changed up in the whole middle of me sitting there right before I go on. Speech changed completely. I ain't fight that. My dad be trying to fight the GPS. How you know better than the GPS? You know what I'm saying? Like, we supposed to go this way, bro. Like, and then we end up 20 minutes late because you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Bob. It's the GPS, baby. You got all the coordinates, you know what I'm saying? You know the routes. You know where the traffic at, where it's not. How do you know? story, right? So, what's crazy about my story is maybe from when I was born all the way up until I got ready to go to college, I didn't really face no adversity. I never really had to battle through that adversity that some people would have to go through. I never had that. Never had that. I was an all-star football player from the jump. All-star track runner from the jump. Never had to battle like that. Wasn't nobody picking on me in school. None of that. So when I got to Arkansas, because I had never really been challenged like that, when I did reach some adversity, I didn't know how to handle it. So naturally, I went to the drugs, went to the alcohol, went to the girls. Because that's the only way I thought I could cope. I didn't tell nobody. My parents didn't know what was going on. Coaches didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew. My brothers and sisters didn't know what was going on. You gotta have these coping mechanisms, right? You gotta be able to handle the stress of our situation the right way. All those things I just mentioned, that's not the right way. Communication is key, right? You have anybody in this room, y'all having problems, I guarantee you call somebody in this room, they'll listen to you, they'll help you out best they can, I promise you. I know just about everybody in this room, I can vouch for that. I can say that with 100% confidence, right? So make sure y'all communicate, because we don't never know what anybody's going through. I promise you we don't. No matter how we try to wrap our minds around it, we don't. If somebody crosses your mind, call them, text them. It's no coincidence why they came across your mind. We got to take advantage of that. That's an opportunity to reach out. It may not be nothing going on with them. They may be good. But just because, right? KJ and I, we met with a lady out here. She wants to bring some yoga style retreats. She wants to bring them to Marquee Oasis, so we might end up doing some business together. She told us a story. She said, she hosted a yoga class, and an Army vet came through the class with a hat on, and it's hot yoga. So already, bro, you wearing a hat and hot yoga? Right? Maybe you won't swing whatever, right? But her policy is, when a new person comes to her class, she says their name out loud. Like she welcomes them. As soon as they come in the door, get settled, she says their name. She didn't think nothing of it, right? Next day, guy comes in and says, I want to thank you. He says, I want to thank you. And she was like, I gave a good yoga class? Like, what do you want to thank me for? She was like, you said my name. For that reason, I didn't go home and commit suicide. She said his name? She said his name. She didn't say, oh, how you doing? Let me come, you know what I'm saying? Shake your hand. Everybody come welcome him. Let's all show him love. She didn't say that. She said his name. That's it. So we really don't understand the gravity of our decisions like we think we do. That's what I'm saying. Somebody across your mind text and call. I don't care. Whatever your phone DMs, Twitter, it don't matter. Whatever your form of communication is, I want you to, every single time from now on, the next time somebody comes across your mind, I want you to reach out to them. I really do want that. Because you never know, that one call, that one text could be just the thing that they needed. Just the thing that they needed. I've seen it happen, I've heard it happen plenty of times. You gotta take advantage of that, all right? You good? Let me get to the next one. All right, so, back to framing, right? Framing comes from understanding. So everything that's happened in your past, if it was negative, I want you to reframe it to be a positive catalyst for you going forward. All the stuff that happened in Arkansas, it was terrible. Like, went to jail, embarrassment, shame, like, want to stay in the house, depression, all that. But if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be speaking right now. I wouldn't be doing anything. I wouldn't have no testimony, right? No test without testimony, right? So no strength without struggle. No advancement without adversity. No destiny without difficulty. Right? Whatever happened, frame it. Reframe it. Like you already have some conceptions right now. Switch all that around. Reframe it, right? Reframe it. So like the question is, what happened to you? Did it happen to you or did it happen for you? Right? Everything that happened in Arkansas happened for me. I used to think it happened to me. But through constructive framing, right, we fix all that. Quote, no matter how much falls on us, we keep plowing, the only way to keep the roads clear. No matter what happens, we keep plowing ahead, and that is the only way Let's keep the roles clear. Like, we trailblazers. That's how we need to think about things. We trendsetters. Okay, Jen? We trendsetters, you know what I'm saying? We making resiliency look cool. It's people behind us. Like I said, they watching you. Y'all got younger brothers and sisters. Y'all got friends, family. Like, everybody watching y'all. It doesn't matter where they at in life. We got old heads watching us, young cats. We got young kids watching. I mean, we got everybody. Like, we always are in a position to influence. And we need to make sure that the influence is positive, right? All right, resilience in practice. Resilience in practice. I think I want to go to the obstacle course. Go ahead, next. All right, obstacle course. We're going to pair up, twos, twos, however you want to pair up, twos, twos, twos. We're about to go through the obstacle course. So one person is going to go through the obstacle course. The other person is going to be a coach. So one person is going to be in between these two cones right here. The other person, I want you to be on the grass in between the people and the pool. Now, please do not fall in the pool. Make sure you know what I'm saying, don't be walking. The only thing you need to be doing is shuffle, all right? So the first part, you're going to